Good morning, everyone. On a day unknown to man, 25 boys experienced a plane crash and landed on a desolate island. They all experienced grueling and terrifying challenges while trying to survive on their own with no adults to aid them. With a streak of luck, they were able to be saved by an American naval ship. But out of those 25 boys, only 22 came back. An incident occurred, out of many. The death of Simon. Today we will be discussing the charge of Jack Merridew with voluntary manslaughter for the death of Simon. When the boys were interviewed, they were not able to tell how long they were there or what day they had crashed. But on one of those days, stranded on that island, a sweet and kind boy by the name of Simon was wrongfully killed by the group, who is currently being led by Jack Merridew. On the first day of the plane crash, the group of boys were able to call a meeting and decide on a leader. A boy named Ralph was elected. Everything was going to Ralph's plan, which was to build a fire to attract someone to help them off the island. But Jack Merridew wasn't concerned with these ideals. He instead wanted to hunt and kill. So he seceded from the group and made his own tribe from which he would deceive the other boys into joining. After Jack and the other boys seceded, Ralph was left with only a couple of individuals in his tribe, which included Simon. Simon was the most helpful boy out of Ralph's small group. He would build, gather, scout, or anything else Ralph asked him to do. But word had spread that there was a monster that was also inhabiting the island along with the boys. This created panic, which created a discussion amongst the small group of what must be done. Simon suggested climbing the mountain and looking for the beast, but nobody agreed, so he went on his own account. While walking, he met a stick with the head of a boar on the top, which was a gift for the beast that Jack had made after he had killed the boar. Some witnesses say that Simon was talking to the boar head and walking and sitting around it. They had claimed he had gone crazy. Later that same day, Jack's group invited Ralph to have a feast at Jack's territory. They had just killed a pig and were going to roast it. Ralph hesitantly agreed to this opportunity, and everyone got their share of meat, except for Simon. Simon was still by the boar head, but after a certain amount of time, Simon started walking over to Jack's territory, where the boys were savagely chomping meat and chanting, "Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood." Simon appeared from the forest to greet the group, but instead of greeting them, they swarmed him, calling him the beast, and spearing him with sharpened sticks until he could no longer cling to life. A thing was crawling out of the forest. Simon was crying out. The sticks fell, and the beast was on its knees in the center. It struggled forward, broke the ring, and fell over the steep edge of the rock. Simon's dead body moved out toward the open sea. This is a brief statement of a witness that saw the whole experience. His name is Ralph. Ralph will tell you that he saw Simon move from the forest looking terrified. He will tell you that Jack yelled, "Him, him!" and then moving in on Simon. He will tell you that everyone took part in stabbing poor Simon to death. Another witness by the name of Robert will tell you that he saw Simon talking and moving around the pig, and how he thought this experience was getting to Simon's head. He will also tell you that all the events leading up to what he saw. All of these witnesses give evidence to Jack being the prime instigator in the death of Simon. Jack was responsible for Simon's death. He was leading the group that ultimately led to the death of Simon. But they were all terrified. Terrified as children in a corn maze. Now this burst of emotion, of being scared as Simon emerged from the forest, is what caused them to kill him. But Simon is still dead. And Jack is still the one who's responsible. Thank you.